So how much does it cost to actually get started selling on Amazon in 2024 and so on? I'm going to share with you no makeup number, no BS like what other gurus right now are trying to sell you. And I'm not trying to make it look as easy so that you can have the realistic look as possible. Because on this channel, I know a lot of you guys are trusting me. So I want to do my best to show you transparency. Okay. So if you're new here, my name is Justin. I've been selling on Amazon for close to about 6 years now, and I do pretty well for myself, generating millions of dollars. And I just sold one of my company last year, and this is another one that you can see right here. We did about $1.8 million at a year to date right now. The reason why I'm sharing with you this, so that I can bring up the credibility to talk about this topic. And I want to show you the transparency, and I'm actually know what I'm talking about. We do have a contest right now that if you comment down in this video, you're gonna win 1 hour section with me, and I will be selected one of many of you to have a one session with me where you can ask me any question. I can look into your situation, I can look into your store and see how I can help. All right, I do want to introduce a little bit more about myself and why I actually get started selling on Amazon. So that way, perhaps you get to know me a little bit more and whether or not you're gonna be listening to me. Okay. So I immigrated to America back in 2014. You may wonder why and how did I get started selling on Amazon instead of going to like any other job opportunity, let's say like opening a nail salon or opening a boba shop. I was trying to save up my money in order to do that until Amazon came along. The reason why I'm sharing with you this is because I'm going to share with you my thought process why I decided to sell on Amazon instead of go to other opportunities. Before I started selling on Amazon, I was juggling multiple jobs, trying to navigate life out a little bit. I was in school as well because as you live in America, the American dream is the ideology that most people will try to push on you. And same with family. So my mom, she wanted me to become an engineer, and same with my sister. But at that time, I don't know like what is an engineer is. I know that I could help putting some machinery together, but it's not really what I want. My passion, I enjoy singing, I enjoy traveling, and I enjoy getting to network people and providing values. Doing engineer work, perhaps it may not be the ideal career that I want to do something later down the line. So I was going to school, I was working multiple jobs just so that I could live that ideology until I finished my college degree. I took 1 year off just so that I could really start exploring to see if there's any other opportunity out there besides going back to school and become an engineer. And that's how I stumbled across selling on Amazon and selling online. I started at first reselling product through eBay and Amazon. It's really fascinating that I could get to make money without seeing the customer. So in the past, I go through garage sales, I pick up stuff, meet people on Facebook Marketplace or like OfferUp in 5 months. And that's how I transact before. But after selling on Amazon, after selling on eBay, that really be a mindset change for me is that now you don't really need to see a customer and you can still make money. Not only that, Amazon have their fulfillment center that allow seller not have to ship the product, and that really fascinated me. So after that 1 year's period where I started to try multiple jobs, starting to sell online, I knew that Amazon gonna be something that grown really, really big. And during that time, Amazon Prime Day sale was only about $900 million. And as of 2023, the last Amazon Prime Days, they did $12.9 billion. That was 13x compared to 8 years ago. So I saw that exponential growth, and that's the reason why I started to pursue more. And just to let you know that Amazon is not going to be a get rich quick, okay? A lot of people they think that oh, if they wanted to just post a product online, they're gonna start making money. It's actually not. For Amazon, there's gonna be a couple business model that you have to decide whether or not you want to pursue. Number one is that you can start reselling product, meaning you're buying name brand product and start to resell on Amazon. And those name brand product already have customer that wanting to buy that product. So with that, it's gonna be a little bit easier for you. But the downside is that you still have to ship the product out. You still have to go to retail store, buy the product, pack the product, ship the product to the customer, handling customer service. On the flip side, which is the same model that I'm about to show you, which is building brand on Amazon with autopilot. Pretty much Amazon do whole things for you. Same with a manufacturer in China. And the brand that you're actually building is actually going to be the company that you can sell eventually in the future. And every day, every hour that you're working on building your brand is like building your own equity in the house. That in the future, you can sell your company for millions of dollars. Exactly how I'm able to sold my company, and that company did well $4 million per year. Amazon nowadays is a legitimate business, and Amazon is like a whole mall, and you get to access to millions of Amazon customer. Amazon have 21 marketplace. They have 300 million customers shopping worldwide at the moment. And this is the reason why you don't want to miss out on this opportunity. But keep in mind, it's not going to be a get rich quick scheme. It's going to take you a minimum of 6 months to 1 year from the day that you launch the product to really stabilize your product. Let's say if you want to open a restaurant, it's going to cost you at least $200,000 upfront to start the business. It's going to take you 2 to 3 years to recoup your initial investment. But on Amazon, it's going to be faster because the scale is faster. You don't have so many restraints, let's say rent, location, and employees. So you can start scaling faster and faster. And that is the reason why I actually believe Amazon going to be here for long term and for the future. And a lot of you going to be wonder, hey, what about Timo that are trying to compete with Amazon? Remember, they are a Chinese company. And Amazon right now, they are the second largest company in America. They have the money and the power to influence the government to kick the Chinese company out anytime. And you know that now, like the war and everything, the US government gonna be really wanting to kick out the Chinese app as much as possible. No hate to the Chinese people. They are kind people. It's just the government side, okay? But as you know, that in the future, you will see that long potential of Amazon, and you don't want to miss out selling on Amazon and make money alongside with Amazon, the giant. For you, you may perhaps still kind of unclear about what Amazon or selling online is about. I do recommend you a book. It's called The 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferry. And that book gonna help you change the perspective of how selling on Amazon gonna be the way for you to achieve financial freedom. The reason why is because when you're selling online, you can be leveraging people from other country to work for you as $3 an hour, $4 an hour. The same quality of work that you could hire in America for $13 to $14, which is about 4 to 5 times more. And also selling on Amazon or selling online will allow you to open so many gate door that allow you to travel, to spend back more time with family because you're leveraging the system of Amazon Fulfillment Center to do all the legwork for you. Amazon going to become your manager. Amazon warehouse is going to be your warehouses. And you don't have to pay a tremendous amount of fee like if you were to run your own warehouses because with Amazon warehouses, you get to pool with other sellers that allow you to only pay a fraction of the cost. And on top of that, all you need to do is just really focusing on structuring out your business, structuring out the system so that once the system's starting to run on itself, when you're leveraging Amazon, leveraging the Amazon customer, leveraging the manufacturer in China to do all the legwork for you, and leveraging people from overseas to do the manual labor work for you, that is when you can start open so many gate door. And that has allowed me to travel, to do many things, to be able to retire my mom and get to spend time with her. Meanwhile, now I don't have to be really fixed in one place. I can work in Vietnam, just like last year. I traveled back to Vietnam for like 2, 3 times, and I could still be able to work. And I do want the same thing for you because I know that we all deserve better than what we have right now. You have to starting to take charge of yourself. You can never let other people take charge of your future because eventually the moment that you drop that is the moment that your boss would have someone else to replace you. And remember, your parents, your children, they are depending on you. So make sure that you build your dream so that this can pass on to generation and generation. Just like the story that I share with you, I could actually pass on to my family member, to my children. The reason was because everything has been systemized already, my product already on Amazon. And it has reviews, it has customer base already, people that wanted to go back and buy from my product. I can also list my product to multiple platforms. Let's say Amazon, they have 21 marketplace. I can start listing my product on Amazon Europe, Amazon Canada, and start to build my brand on other sides as well. And that would help me have multiple income stream that allow me to not have to work a day as well. And you can also sell it on eBay too. I just hope that I don't share too much. My whole point here is that selling on Amazon going to become the greatest opportunity you could ever sign up for. The reason why is you don't see Amazon going anywhere later on. And the knowledge and the skill set that you learn today, you can actually start giving it to your children and your grandchildren so that they can actually start selling online. Because the moment that our generation passed away and the next generation come up and they're all going to shop online and you want to set them up for success so that when they grow up, they know that they don't only have that option is to go to school and work for somebody for 40 years, just like what you did in order to afford 10 to 20 years later just to retire. And you want to give them that option because you want the best for you and for your children as well. And that's why, beside like all the businesses that I run, I do want to take the time here to give you guys the opportunity so that you can start living that dream life for not only yourself but for your children. All right, so let's talking about cost. A lot of us here we may have that false assumption is that oh, if I want to start selling on Amazon, I need to have 20, $30,000. After I talk to so many people and they all say the same thing, oh, I thought that building a brand gonna be that expensive, but it actually not. Because selling on Amazon, you are not having to order thousands of units in order to start selling. My first batch, I still remember it was only about 200 units of my first product, and it cost me about $3,000. That has allowed me to recoup close to about $10,000 in revenue and my profit falling around percent on that and I reinvest everything back into the business. So for you, if you decided to sell on Amazon, you don't have to go with 1,000 MOQ, which is minimum order quantity, like what your manufacturer usually share. So what I want you to do is go start it with about 200 to 500 unit at first. And let's say if you are ordering a product that is about $5 per unit, so 500 units is only about 2,500, right? And factor on top of that gonna be the cost of shipping from China to Amazon US. So the costs generally depend. So we have air shipping, which is the fastest but also the highest cost. And on average, it could cost you about $5 to $7 per unit. And we're talking about a brick size product. So let's say if your product is bigger, it's gonna cost you more. For the sea shipping, it's gonna come in two type of sea shipping. One is fast sea shipping. The other one is slow sea shipping. So fast sea shipping is usually taking about 25 to 30 days, and the cost usually 3 times cheaper than the air cost. Let's say the air costs you about $7. The sea shipping cost could cost you about $1 to $2 per unit, but it's just gonna take longer. The third option is the slow sea shipping, and it could take up to about 40 to 45 days. That one will be much cheaper than faster sea shipping. However, it does not come with a guarantee that it's going to come on time. Just like when you are paying for a toll lane or when you're taking the service road, or third option is you're going to take the rocky road. So that's going to be the second cost for you. The next cost on Amazon here going to be the Amazon fee. So in Amazon, they do have about 15% commission that they're going to charge you based on how much you are selling. Let's say if you're selling a product for $100, every time that you make a sales, Amazon, they're going to charge you $15. And that is the commission that Amazon need in order to maintain their platform, to pay for the employees, to pay for the advertising to bring people to their mall, which is Amazon, and also to pay for the employee to start working on developing the app and so on. Like every businesses, Amazon need to make a profit in order to survive. And for me, I feel like that cost is good. The reason why is because let's say in my past, I did run a warehouse myself and the cost to run a warehouse, to deal with employees, to deal with all the management is way more than that 15% because it costs you more than just money. It costs you peace. When your employee don't want to show up for work, or when your employee want $15, $17, up to $20 an hour, then you're gonna be worried the whole time. Meanwhile, in Amazon, the only time that you pay them is when you make a sales. There's gonna be some other costs, let's say fulfillment costs, which is the cost that Amazon gonna pay for their fulfillment team to ship the product out from Amazon warehouse to the customer. This is gonna be the exact same cost as when you ship the product yourself using UPS. It's about $6 based on the size of the product, and the larger the product, the larger the cost. For me, I always recommend you guys when you first start out selling on Amazon, look for a product that are small, lightweight, so that you can minimize the risk and minimize the upfront capital investment. A lot of us here may have that short-term thinking that, oh, I'm gonna make money, I'm gonna take that money out of the equation to put it in my pocket. But when you're building brand on Amazon, you do not want to do it because in the past I was reselling product on Amazon, so that was my short-term thinking. But lucky that my mentor, he told me that I need to reinvest everything back into the business in order to snowball the business. And that has allowed me to starting to build my brand to where I could starting to make more and more money. For you, I want you to think of it like this. When you first building a brand, it's just like you putting a seed in the ground. The moment that you start watering and the moment the tree is starting to pop up, there has a little bit more fruit, but you don't want to harvest it. You may want it to just keep it there just so that the tree continue to grow. Usually about 6 months to a year later, that is a good time. That is when you can start seeing that machine start running for itself when the business starting to generate more and more money that able to offset the cost of the business, cost of goods, so that you can starting to get the money to put in your pocket. And like I shared with you, this is a long-term game, not a short-term game. So make sure that you keep that in mind. The next cost on Amazon going to be the seller central membership fee, which is $39.99 per month. That would allow you to get access to Amazon 300 million customer worldwide. Think of it this way. Amazon is a mall. If you want to start selling in their mall, you have to pay a membership fee. And that is the exact membership fee. If you compare it to brick and mortar business, this one actually a lot cheaper because let's say if you want to go to North Park Mall, there's a mall in Dallas. If you want to get a membership to start selling in that mall, it's going to cost you thousands of dollars. But meanwhile, on Amazon, they make it so affordable for you and me can start with $39.99 per month. There's another plan which is like individual seller where you only pay $1 per unit, but most of the time I highly recommend you to go with the professional selling plan, which is $39.99 per month, so that you can really starting to show Amazon that hey, I'm committed. I want to grow with you. And Amazon going to prioritize you more than the individual seller who pay Amazon $1 per unit that they sold without a membership fee. So the next cost that we are talking about, which is going to be the subscription fee for the tool, which is Helium 10. It's going to generally cost you about $79 per month on the plan that would help you to actually starting to see data and starting to do product research. You only need it for like 3 to 4 months to actually finding your product and finding the keyword and starting to look at your competitor data in order to make informed decision. After that, you can cancel it. Or if you don't have Helium 10 subscription, I highly recommend you. So that way it's going to help you make decision based on data and not emotion. If you want to sign up for Helium 10, I do have a discount code that could help you save up to 30% depending on the season that I can get the deal from them. I hope this could help you save some money so that you can start putting the remaining money toward your future. So the next cost that we are talking about, which is going to be the sample cost. After you select the product that you want to sell, you need to order sample and you need to order sample from your manufacturer. The sample costs usually about 20 to 30 bucks, sometimes more depending on how large and how expensive your item is. But the most intensive part is going to be the shipping cost from China to your house for that sample. And it generally costs about perhaps 60 to $80. So we're going to bring the total up for the sample cost and the shipping cost of that sample to be close to about 100 to $150. But keep in mind that let's say after you starting to build relationship and starting to place a bulk order of 200 units, you can ask your supplier to reimburse you that amount as a credit towards your order. Let's say you spend $200 on your sample, and after you start doing the bulk order, they're gonna give you $200 credit toward the whole bulk order. And on top of that, another tip that I want to share with you is that credit card. I do encourage you guys to start using credit card to start putting toward your business. The reason why is with credit card, it do have protection. Let's say if your manufacturer does default on their product quality, you can also use your credit card as a way to get back your initial investment and you can make a claim with your credit card. Let me show you. This is these credit cards that I used when I first started my business. And you can see that I have a lot of different credit cards. This is most of the credit card that I have been collected for the past years. Just really want to show you that I actually practice what I share with you, which is borrowing money to make money. When you sign up for a credit card, they do give you sign up bonuses. Let's say $1,000 sign up bonuses or $800 sign up bonuses. So let's say if you order the product for $3,000 and that $3,000 meet the sign up bonuses of those credit cards, they're going to reimburse you $700 to $800. That's going to be a win for you because now the bank is giving you money to actually start your business. Another way is you can find friends and family that wanted to sell on Amazon. You guys can work together and split all the costs by half, and that would help you save some money. Let's talk about the design for your product, for your logo, and etc. So what I use is 99 designs, and the logo cost ranging about $50 to $100, and that allow you to leverage people to start doing the work for you. Keep in mind that you can also use credit card that has the reward so that it could help you offset those costs. Let's say if you're very savvy with some design, you can actually go on Canva and do it yourself. But my recommendation is, let's say if you don't have any skill background in designing or in Photoshop, I highly recommend just to focusing on hiring professional because the job of getting a logo is only a one-time task and you don't want to focus your time on learning it rather than just learning about marketing your product so that your time can become much more valuable because marketing online is a skill set. It is a high income skill set that you want to start practicing and building. Meanwhile, for designing, you can have other people to do it for you and that would help you save a lot more time to putting on toward your business. All right, so the next cost here gonna be the GS1 barcode. And this barcode is gonna cost you about $30 per code. You may wonder why you need this code. It is just the code that you're gonna feed it to Amazon, just like a token. You have to feed it to a machine to play. Same with Amazon. If you want to start listing your product on Amazon, you need the token. And that token gonna be the GS1 that allow Amazon to know who this product belongs to. The next cost here is going to be the LLC. In Texas, it's going to cost you about $300 to $500 to start setting up your LLC legitimately. And I highly recommend you to start with an LLC so that way you can have full protection of your business and your personal asset. Let's say if you don't have an LLC, you can actually start with your personal as well. But keep in mind, let's say if someone using your product and hurt themselves, they have the right to sue you. And when they sue you, all your personal asset gonna go into that lawsuit. So the next one is gonna be the marketing fee on Amazon using PPC. So the marketing fee, let's say if I have 200 units, my designated budget was about $1,200. The advertising cost is really depending on how many units that you have, how competitive is your market. That $1,200 allow me to advertising the product on Amazon, and on top of it, I also make some posts on social media and have friends and family to help buy the product as well. But keep in mind, you do want to focusing on advertising your product on Amazon using PPC is because it help you build a relationship with Amazon. Let's say once your product start being advertised on Amazon and the customer is starting to buy your product more and more. Let's say if you invite 10 people into your store using pay advertising, and 7 out of 10 people are buying your product because your product offer is strong. Amazon, they're gonna give you the incentive, which is the relationship with Amazon, or in another word, organic ranking. With organic ranking, Amazon basically showing your product to more relevant customer that more likely to buy your product and with that, you don't have to pay any advertising costs at all. The goal on your first batch of product is to show Amazon that you are a capable seller and your product offer is strong so that they can give you and favor you with more organic ranking. The next cost here is going to be the product inspection cost. So this cost generally range between $100 to $400. This quality inspection allow you to inspect the product because the first 200 unit, for me, it was important because it helped me set the path for my business. Let's say if the first 200 unit turned out product quality was bad, I risking ruining all of my effort to build my brand. So that's why I highly recommend you to spend some money on the product quality inspection so that you can have a peace of mind. Here's another tip that I usually use. Let's say if you don't have a lot of money designated for product inspection, you can tell your manufacturer that, hey, I will send a product quality inspector to go into the warehouse to check the product. So in their mind, they need to start focusing more on the product quality. The next cost that I want to share with you is going to be the trademark. I highly recommend you to go with Amazon IP Accelerator. The reason why with IP Accelerator is going to help you get a trademark faster and you can also get access to brand registry. If you don't know what brand registry is, it just Amazon giving you more privilege to run video ad on Amazon to add more video, more photo to your product listing that allow you to convince the customer buying your product compared to seller who don't have brand registry. The cost for the IP accelerator, it could cost you about $1,000 to $1,200. It's really depending on the firm that you go with, but I highly recommend it so that you can have more privilege and you can also increase your chance of success. If you don't have an additional $1,000 toward brand registry, I highly recommend just to open a credit card so that you know for sure your chance to success is higher. The game of entrepreneurship is about who would have the higher opportunity to make it. I highly recommend to maximize all the opportunity costs to build that dream for you. Let's say you dedicate about $5,000 towards this journey, $8,000 toward this journey, $10,000 toward this journey. And right now you are working as a 9 to 5, making $30,000 per year, $50,000 per year. This could be worth a ticket for you toward financial freedom. Because back then, if I didn't actually start to leveraging the credit card to start my journey, probably by now I still get stuck at a corporate job. I still get stuck doing nails and hoping someday it could change my life. And this opportunity, it won't last that very long because more and more people starting to see Amazon is a way to make money after the 2020 situation where everyone was shut down at home. Amazon is the only truck that are running on the street. So for you, I highly recommend just give it a shot. Let's say if you don't make it, you can always go back at your 9 to 5 job and make that money back. But at least you give it a shot. But if you make it, you are looking at 10 year, 20 year, 30 year, or even 50 years down the line where you don't have to look at your boss face to start thinking about making money. You become your own boss. You able to live your life on your own term, but it's gonna come with taking on the risk, investing into yourself. For me, it was the same thing. I knew that if I don't take on that risk, I would have to go back to the rat race, and I wasn't happy with it. That's why I decided to maximize all the potential as possible, increase my success rate as possible. And keep in mind that I do invest into self-learning. I do have a mentor after my first failures because I was trying to learn by myself. I didn't have enough knowledge and I make a lot of mistake. I waste over $15,000 and over 6 months of my life just to try to sell something that I didn't know whether or not it's gonna work. So I decided to maximize my opportunity cost by hiring someone that have done it so that I don't have to do the figure it out game or the newbie mistake game anymore. I do want you to relate to your 9 to 5 job. When you first get a job, you don't know anything. But then you have that senior person in your work helping you to get more experience. Your boss paying that person to help you get better at your job. Same with in school. You don't just learn to become an engineer by yourself. You actually have your teacher that you pay through your tuition to learn. And same with any opportunity out there. Like if you want to learn to become the best or to learn to minimize the risk as possible, I highly recommend to invest into yourself, just like Warren Buffett once said. Invest into yourself is the highest ROI ever because all the knowledge that you acquire today, you can pass on, you can share to many people. And like for me, now I get to share it with my family. I would get to share with my friends. My brother is actually selling on Amazon too. My friend is actually selling on Amazon because of knowledge that I get to learn to share with. So think long term. You may be looking at investing about a few $1,000s to learn from someone, learn from a mentor, but if you spread out that cost for over 3 years, and if you teach that to your brother and your sister, you basically split that cost in half or more already. Or you can look for a partner to learn so that you can start increase the chance of success as much as possible. All right, I hope that you find it helpful. So let's just recap on the information I share with you that this game is a long-term game. You may not see the return right away, but keep in mind that after 6 months to 1 year, that's just when you can start seeing a tremendous amount of return. And just like I shared with you on my store, as I shared with you earlier, it was about $1,000. But as of now, after I finished talking to you, I'm starting to make more money now. And I just want to share with you that I am a nobody. I came here with no English, but I no relationship with the bank, with any other connection. But I was able to do it smart to start my journey. And I do hope you to do the same thing as well because I know that you have a lot of potential in you. I hope that you take a lot of note. I know it's been a lot of information. And keep in mind, there's a lot more on this journey, just like any other journey out there. When you're starting a business, if it's easy, everyone should be rich. But it is hard. But if you're persistent and take one step at a time, things gonna start getting better for you. So here are your action items. I want you to write down the note on this video and perhaps you can re-listen to it one more time to see if there is any other information that you actually forgot about. Then go to my Instagram at Justin D. Hanjo and give me a follow on there so that you can get more everyday content about Amazon so that it would help you fast track your journey to success. If you have any question, feel free to comment down below in this video so that I could be helpful and answer all the questions you have. But if you have something personal, something that you feel like to send me a message, don't hesitate to send me a message on Instagram because I check my Instagram every single day and I look forward to be talking to you. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and check out my other videos that I talk about how to set up your Amazon Seller Central from A to Z, how I analyzing and determine whether or not the product is good. So I upload every single week and I hope what I'm doing right now could be beneficial for you because I know that a lot of us here, we are super, super capable, but sometimes we let the society, the people, the surrounding around us determine our future. I urge you to really start a journey. Remember, 1,000-step journey start with your first single step. So just start setting up that Seller Central account, start signing up for Helium 10, and shoot me a message on Instagram if you need further helps. You may be asking why I wanted to do this because I see the joy when helping people. I see the joy when I help a student of mine become successful in their academic career back then when I was a college tutor teaching chemistry and physics. And as of now, I'm just enjoy that feeling when I can get to help you. And every day, I have a lot of people sending me messages on Instagram showing me the success that they were able to make following the step that I share on this channel. If you want to learn more about like the common mistake that all the sellers are currently making, I do have a case study in the description of this video. And this would help you to learn from other people's mistake so that you don't have to make the same mistake as them because sometimes one mistake that you make could cost you thousands of dollars and ton of times. Just like my $15,000 and 6 months of my life that I can never get back. For example, just like one of our students that we help him went from a failed product and over $10,000 worth of losses and over 1 year to be where he is now, making over 500,000 in just 30 days. And that is only take him about less than 2 years. Like this person, she lost over $30,000 in years of her life. Just like this person right here, she invested $40,000 in just one single product. And right now, it doesn't show a lot of good effort. I would say that your dream life is not that far away, but you have to take the first step and get used to think like how successful people think. Get used to leveraging other people's money to start your business. Open that credit card and make sure that you open credit card that have 0% APR. And there are a ton of cards like that. You can get to borrow money for up to 10 years. And you may be like, oh, you don't want to borrow a loan. But keep in mind, this is the game of the rich. And you, I know that you're going to be rich. So you have to start install that software in your mind. You can never come into a business with a 9 to 5 mindset because it's going to set you up for failures. And most businesses, they fail. The reason why, because they came into the business without the proper mindset. I do have some book recommendation that would work with you about mindset. One of my favorite books is The Secret that would help you to believe more into yourself, to know that you are capable for more. And myself, I'm an immigrant, guys. I never came to this country with money. I know that if I can believe it in myself, you can believe it in yourself and you can build your dream to reality. And your dream, I know that you're going to help a lot of people around you. You're going to help your family, your parents, your children, and generation to come. And that's why you make it to the end of this video. By the way, we do have a contest right now that if you comment down in this video, you're going to win 1 hour section with me, and I will be selected one of you to have a one session with me where you can ask me any question. I can look into your situation. I can look into your store, if you have a store, and see how I can help you turn your life around and starting to make money from everywhere. Exactly how I'm doing mine with my Amazon business. And I know for sure you can do the same thing. You're capable. It's either get rich or die trying. Start living your dream life to the fullest. You got this. See you in the next video.